Okay, part 3. I was telling you guys that I had asked my daughter's father to just be there for her and we could lower the child support that I didn't put on him. He put it on himself. He said no, he was going to do what he'd been doing. He had to talk to the lady that he had the kids with. At that time, she was his wife. Same girl from all the bull crap that happened once. She found out I was pregnant and we had been sleeping together or whatever. Um, After all that, I just, raising my daughter, there was bitterness and anger in my heart. He kept taking me back and forth to court to try to get it lowered. Well, he stopped after they raised it all the way up. So, um, his family, stopped dealing with me. Even his brother, these people have invited me to church. Like I said, I thought this man came from a great family, but people show who they are in certain situations. People have children out of wedlock. Men have children, women have children, and they don't let nobody keep them from their kids. That's my opinion. Y'all can form your own. Nobody could keep me from mine. So, no matter what negativity that people were saying to him or me, I looked at it like I never kept him from her. Plus, he had a court order for child support, and I never told him he couldn't see her. People switch kids at Walmart and the police station all day, every day, and other places, guys. So I was not against it. And she and I had a conversation, I think when my daughter was maybe about 4 months old. So let me go back to that real quick. And she said, well, I'll pick her up and I'll do this and I'll do that. And we had a mature conversation. And I felt like as a mom, I didn't feel like she would hurt my baby. So I was okay with dealing with the woman versus dealing with my daughter's father, because I just thought, I'm a mom, I would never hurt anybody's children. Plus, I had already been in her kid's life through their dad, and I was always good to her children. So she called me cussing me out. His oldest son is autistic. She called me like, yeah, basically beefing with me because he has gone home and told her that I said I don't want my daughter around the oldest boy because I don't know if the special one will hurt my child or whatever she told me. It was like basically on some, I'm just telling her something to be mad at you because I don't want y'all to ever talk again for real, to know I'm full of crap and I'm a liar. And I remember saying to her, why would I say that? We got the same kid's father. My baby a baby. I don't know what my baby gonna be. So why would I talk about your child, basically? But she was livid, pissed. I guess that began to fester in her. As a mom, I can only imagine how she felt. But like I told her on the phone, this the same liar that done lied to both of us and did us both dirty. She chose to believe him when I never said that. Never said that. Was in a little boy's life for a long time. So I never said that. But anyway, she held on to that bullcrap conveniently. And they went on about life ignoring my baby. He paid his child support. Throughout the years, I would send him pictures and your daughter will be in town or your daughter's having a birthday. Guys, I would keep him updated through text. He got every last one of them. Because here 17 years later, he shows up to graduation, called from the same phone number he's always had. So, as I'm skipping around, y'all know I do it and I be forgetting stuff, but I'll say all this, guys. We had a shit show of a situation, but I grew, and the more I grew in Christ, the less bitterness, the less hate, the less anger that I had. So, even when he and I had conversations throughout the years, and he would talk like he really was going to be there. He met my daughter when she was 9 at court, shook my uncle's hand, and he said he was going to be there. Oh, God is dealing with him. All that church manipulation, like I was telling y'all in part 1, people will try to use God. He always tried to use God because people will play you emotionally when they know that they can. And he shook my uncle's hand, and from that day when my daughter was 9, when we were at child support court, because he had taken me back again, till graduation on Monday, we had never seen or heard from that man. And so the conversation with he and my daughter said, well, we need to have a conversation. He called her. And I'll probably have to tell y'all that in a different part because this thing ain't gonna let me talk longer. But they had a conversation. He started out lying and making excuses, which I knew the man was gonna come through with the, oh, I couldn't deal with you because of your mama. But he said he had tried other methods to see her and he felt like it was just easiest, I guess, to stay away. He never tried any other methods because I knew his cousins. I talked to his mom, rest her soul. She was always getting in touch with us when she could. We had people in common, so he had a court order. No matter what happened in the past, the man left for 17 years. And my daughter asked him why now was he popping up. And, basically she wanted to know his intention. She's like, I don't know that I could trust you. I'm about to go to college. I don't know if you're going to be there for me. Because she said she didn't want him to come if he was not going to be in her life. So he kept bringing up stuff in the past. And I was like, no, no, no. We're going to be transparent. We're going to tell her the truth. He didn't want to tell the truth. He wanted to lie and make it seem like, oh, I just went away and now I'm back. So he had told my daughter that, and I said, well, no, he could see you. He said he didn't know that I still have relationships with those people. Yada, yada, yada. Fast forward, at this point, it had gotten emotional. And, I had said something and my daughter was like listening and I was just telling him all the things that had happened. Like, how did you not? Let's be honest. And so my daughter was getting upset because she was hearing everything I was saying. She had never heard before. And she said, based on what I'm hearing, I don't want you there. And he busts out, well, I went to jail and all this. And I'm like, but why did you go to jail? He went to jail for not paying his child support, guys. And he's trying to paint a picture like everything was terrible because of me. And it wasn't. I was reacting to what he did. But he never said why he wasn't there. He never gave my daughter basically the truth. I was mad at your mama and I ain't want to be there. Or the woman I'm with wouldn't let me be there. Whatever the truth was, he never told my daughter the truth. He just kept kind of bull crapping around. And I thought about you every day and da da da. 17 years? You've had a way to contact us for the whole 17 years? Y'all, it's just unacceptable when people try to blow smoke up your kids' butt. And I've taught her not to be hateful or mean to anybody, but don't let people mistreat you, right? So after I explained to her he went to jail for not paying his child support, and his wife told me that she'd never forgive me, and I'm like, I could care less. You didn't care that my daughter didn't have a father. Why would I care that he went to jail for child support? Y'all didn't check on my daughter. Y'all didn't give my daughter a sock, a pamper. It's funny how people will do you dirty and you're supposed to feel away and like you owe them some kind of loyalty, but not give a dang how they did you. And I said that to him on the phone. It was no shade. It was just the truth. You wanted what from me? You wanted me to care? And y'all didn't give a dang about me and mine? Like, nah, that ain't what it was for me. But that still doesn't negate the fact that you've been gone for 17 years. So I asked him to let's keep it positive and moving forward. We're not going backwards. Anyway, guys, I don't know what part this is, but I'll be back to get to the conversation that finally brought him to Georgia. Okay, bye.